Is there a better way to begin a renovation? In this episode, I'm going to start the strip out of this fixer-upper terrace. Then, I'm going to smash a kitchen to bits in preparation for the DIY kitchen makeover. Stick about until the end when, after a shock email from a viewer in America, I make an embarrassing confession. Let's get started. Let me show you how to strip out a kitchen yourself. Any brain cell can do this, so don't be anxious about it. Just get stuck in. Tiles and units smashed to bits.
Didn't realise this was a double and dropped it.
I was trying to be methodical, you know, piece by piece, brick by brick, and organise the waste too.
Turn the power off, and now I'm going to try and cut. I'm going to cut loose, set free this disgusting old oven and hob. Get them out of here, get the kitchen clear. Look at how disgusting that is. I think this might be a little bit heavy. Pretty solid. I haven't got a saw, so I'm going to be using a hacksaw to saw out this bit so I can get the worktop out and leave the sink running water supply essentially. So you can see I've got that piece of worktop out now. Looks a bit odd. Looks a bit like an abstract piece of art or some kind of like car crash, but you know, it's functional and we can start to clear this space now.
I'm not sure these tiles were fixed properly. Peeling them off.
So right, I've got most of the kitchen out now, so I've got to get all of this stuff out into the van and down to the recycling centre, which is going to be a big job, but then we've got the kitchen clear. That absolutely stinks. Floor absolutely stinks. Not sure what I'm going to do with that because we're going to lay some tiles on top, so we might need to board it out again. But we've got a bit of a blank canvas here. We can start planning the kitchen, designing it, trying to get the best out of the space. Probably box this in, cupboard to access the boiler. But yeah, loads of potential. And here is all the mess and the waste that I've taken out of the kitchen, organised, piled up, sorted, ready to go to the recycling centre.
I'm just stripping the wallpaper off the wall, creating a big mess, exposing some problems with the wall that we're going to have to patch up, but making progress. I think when you're clearing up wallpaper on the floor, it's handy to have a dustpan and brush, but sadly at this property I haven't got a dustpan and brush, can't complete the job, so 95% done, need to get the brush in and then we can completely clear this room.
This morning I've got my electrician coming, and that means that he's going to be chasing in wires and trying to find new feeds. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lift this laminate floor because I think that might interfere with what he's doing. He might not be able to chase in wires if he can't get into the floorboards. This should be relatively straightforward. It should just lift up. So I've actually just found some old Salford Life from 2008. So not that old. We've even got some house listings, pre-Rightmove. The average price is about 85 grand. So kind of what you'd expect for about 2008, I guess. And now there was just lots and lots of battering laminate out of the floor. For the time it takes to lay one of these floors properly, it sure is effortless to rip it up. It's like throwing a jigsaw in the air. Again, I was trying to be methodical in getting this to the recycling centre in an organised plan. So I'm just using the crowbar to prise off the skirting board. Once the skirting boards are released, it allows the floor to be lifted up. It's dead easy really. One hand. This is always an exciting moment on the project for me. It's where we get to expose the original wooden floor, and sometimes there's an absolute gem under there that you can just sand up and make good. You can never take that for granted in a property of this age. So yeah, let's get the underlay up so we can have a look what's underneath. Look at the state of this skirting board fixing. Wow. Literally looks like a weapon. Medieval weapon there. Right, I've lifted the floor on one half of the room. I've made an absolute mess. So I need to try and get this tidied up before the electrician gets here. Get this into the van and get it down to the recycling centre. Here's an interesting technique for fitting skirting boards. Let's pack them full of newspaper to fill in the gaps. What a terrible, terrible idea.
Get an email from America. Well, that's exciting. BTLS, some would say. But here's the catch. You know that meme about blokes not investing in their underwear? Well, I've been caught out. The eagle-eyed amongst you have noticed that I am prone to not wearing my best underwear when doing DIY. If you're a, evergreen optimist and you're wearing your best pair of underwear on a first date, this is the inverse of this. Come on, you don't want to get mucky, do you? If you're smashing out shelves, ripping out toilets, generally getting your hands dirty, you might tend to wear your worst pair of underwear. Anyway, absolutely love the email. It made me laugh a lot. Does anyone else throw on the worst underwear when they know they're doing DIY? Next episode, I'm going to perform a full bathroom renovation, all by myself. From the very start to the very finish, from ripping out the pipework to running the first bath. You won't believe how little I spent transforming this bathroom. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and follow the journey of turning this wreck into a Northern English paradise. Let's get started.